man, I'm talking about, I got it. That big head motherfucker, I love him, bro. That man used to get he had this new Rolls truck, bro. I think he was the first nigga with the culling in, bro. He had the culling in, and he had this, his driveway, he had like, it was like this fucking thing in his driveway. He spin the car around. So he'll park the car. I kid you not, man, this nigga, he's so funny, bro. He just used to park his car on a little spinning thing and sit back and watch it all day. I was like, got it. I'm like, nigga, you still outside watching this car spin?
Next month, you turn 20. You got any big plans for the 20th?
Man, I need a 20-something. I need 21 vision, man. He used to hit that shit.
Cool. What's the deal? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm cool, and I'm out to eat with the fam right now.
Oh, you got that snore shirt on?
Hell yeah, I see that snore.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Y'all on, y'all good?
Yeah, man, chilling, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate you taking your time out.
Hell yeah, for sure.
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, down there, forgot about this shit. I just sent your text. I said, oh yeah. So let me go upstairs real fast, do this.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. Appreciate it though, for sure.
Yeah.
Good shit. This is how I've been to it though. Shit. What episode is this?
28, 29?
29. I don't know.
Hell yeah. As y'all can see, we got NLE Choppa. You feel me? Shout out to bro. Hell yeah. Shout out to bro.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
Hey, I'm gonna jump straight into it, bro. Obviously we saw like the beginning and the aftermath of you and Vlad. Like what, you know what I'm saying? What happened in the middle to get y'all to do the interview? And like, bro, you so young. Yeah. Like you could have easily held a grudge or, you know what I'm saying, carry that shit on, but like you carry yourself like a grown man. So it's like, what happened in between that to get y'all to do the interview?
You know what I'm saying? Like I say all the time, whatever people see on the internet sometimes don't even be, you know what I'm saying, it's serious to me in my day-to-day life. It's like, at the end of the day, I ain't got no reason to hold no grudge on anybody if no blood being shed nowhere. So like, as a man, I'ma always be understanding and always have a heart that's gonna allow a motherfucker to, like, you know what I'm saying, clear the air, or if I gotta clear the air on something. So that was one thing. And another thing is leading by example, bro. I feel like a lot of kids look up to me. A lot of kids look up to entertainers in general. And I just feel like we need to start doing our job, doing our duty to lead by example, because it be the main reason why a lot of young niggas dying today, because ain't nobody man enough to clear the air or have a conversation with somebody about something that ain't even serious before it get to that point. So, you know what I'm saying? I could have easily, I know old me, like when I was about 16, 17, 18, I would have been that person like, oh man, when I see Vlad, I'm gonna smack him, or, you know what I'm saying, just be on some bullshit for real.
Yeah.
But like, it ain't serious. It ain't no seriousness in there no more. Like, what's the point? It's no point at all. You know what I'm saying? So I just be wanting to lead by example. That's more so what it be.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
Oh, bro. Hey, for real, a lot of shit these days could be squashed with a simple conversation, bro. That's all it takes, bro.
Man, a whole lot of basic communication. You know what I'm saying? Communication is what's needed. And a lot of people ain't, you know what I'm saying, going that route to get things understood. A lot of people got pride issues, ego issues. A lot of this stuff to a side. You know what I'm saying? As a man, we can't be emotional beings. We got to move off what's wrong, what's right. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga froze like a motherfucker though.
I think he froze.
Yeah. That shit froze.
Nigga choppy.
Froze.
No pun intended. That nigga choppy as hell. I'm being dead serious.
Get on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you good, bro?
Nigga Donn funny as hell.
No, I was being dead serious. I ain't even mean to say that shit.
Yeah, bro. You know the Wi-Fi? It's still chopping up.
I think we straight.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's good now.
It was good. Shit, what was we at though? I don't know. I want to ask you about growing up in Memphis though. Like, how was that? You know, were you from Memphis? What part of Memphis you from?
I'm from East Memphis, Cottonwood. know what I'm saying? Growing up in Memphis has always been a tough task, a tough job, you know what I'm saying? I was just going to like old schools today. I just went to a middle school, a high school today, and then another high school that my older brother went to. It's just always, it's just a city with a lot of distractions. I feel like a lot of people get off route of what, you know what I'm saying, was really supposed to be meant for them. So it was hard because it was more so distracted. It wasn't never really me. It was just always people I surround myself around or activities I surround myself around. So, yeah.
So you feel like you excelled though at a young age because you popped off young as hell, you know, compared to other folks. You feel me? Because you're talking about like it's easy to get distracted in Memphis. So how did you, you know, put all them distractions to the side and do what you had to do, get what you had to get?
I always been a learner, you know what I'm saying? I always learn from every mistake I made. So shit, whenever I knew that fire was hot in one place, I correct it so it won't happen again. I always been on every loss I took, I learned from it. So it was certain things I do. I see what robbing to do. I get some type of karma off robbing, or I get some type of karma off stealing. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it this way. I want to make money legally. So let me do this. I started putting my money in different places and started putting my energy in different places and started to see results. Like one thing and that got me here now is the studio. So
yeah.
That's raw.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to ask. I saw you was at the Memphis preseason game last night. Like, what is it like going back there and all the love that you get there?
Man, as always, I was actually watching one of my teammates that I hoop with. I actually played basketball with one of the point guards here, rookie Kennedy Chandler. I played we played football together, we played basketball together, and now my boy in the league. So I'm just showing all the support I can, and I'm gonna make sure like I'm at a lot of games this year, just off the simple fact with two kids from the city that's doing something right. So
that's real.
How is it going back home? Because you hear all the time, you know, people go back home and they, you know, end up in some bullshit or something like that. So how do you go back home and, you know, stay on the right path and stay out the way?
You gotta keep your steps ordered. It's either point A, point B, C, D, anything that's E and F you don't do. Just move with purpose. You know what I'm saying? If I leave the house, I'm going to get some food, some groceries, or I'm going to see a family member. I'm never out in the mix. I just stay to myself. I don't post on social media and shit. I don't even run my Instagram. So it's just a lot of things I do to just keep a private life. I feel like the more private you are, the more you can flow with life and just know like certain things is out of bounds. I try to stay in bounds.
Speaking of food, bro, what got you into the vegan lifestyle and like what got you like on your conscious shit? You know what I'm saying? What got you awakened?
It was all me. I ain't even gonna lie, just going within myself. I was at a point in time where I ain't even want to live no more. So I knew something had to give. And shit, I was $1 billion streams up, $1 million dollars up, jewelry, all that shit. And I just knew like, I just felt deep internally though, I didn't just want to be here on earth. So I knew I had to do a lot of things within myself and find out what was the root of the problem. And once I found out that, I just started changing a lot of things from my diet to who I hang around to not taking any drugs, no smoking, no drinking, nothing. Just treating the temple well because that's the real church. And once I started to pour into that vessel, shit, life started changing for me ever since. You know what I'm saying? I had everything I wanted, but I ain't had nothing I needed. But now I'm getting the things I need. And you know what I'm saying? I can day-to-day basis, I'm good.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what would your advice be to somebody? Like, I know myself, I lack so much discipline when it comes down to being like healthier mentally and even physically. Like, what would your advice be to, you know, somebody that's like lacking discipline with what they trying to do in life?
Man, just start out small. It don't have to be the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how the subconscious mind work and how your spirit work, you gotta praise yourself for doing good. Discipline is not about being perfect. That's where people confuse it at. Discipline is just about consistency. So boom, if I go a week with being this discipline on this one thing or whatever I put my mind to, say for instance, let's just say if I don't want to eat no meat this whole week, I'll probably still eat dairy or do this, but not me personally, but you know what I'm saying, for somebody, if they want to say, I don't want to eat meat this whole week, all right, you ain't gonna eat meat, and you probably still eat dairy or whatever. So boom, if you go that whole week without that meat, man, pat yourself on the back for it. you know what I'm saying? Congratulate yourself because it's a big thing. It probably be small to your subconscious, but it's actually big. So big ups yourself with that. And then boom, you probably take 3 to 4 days off. You probably eat meat, but then you get right back to it. The more you be that disciplined, because I started out small, the more you start being that disciplined and consistent with it, you will start taking the long strides. All right, so boom, fuck no meat. I want to do no meat and no dairy this whole month. Straight vegan food. And you'll be able to do it because you're building up the strength of your discipline, you know what I'm saying, just by taking it, you know what I'm saying, a little step at a time.
Right. Yeah.
So what do you do when you get to the point? Because, you know, everybody gets to that point. They may be like, man, fuck it, I'm just going to eat meat, bro. Like that breaking point, you know, what do you do when you get to that breaking point? You know, when you just like, I don't know, I just walk away from it. Just what do you do?
It's just, I ain't gonna lie, it's just, some people, I can't really speak on it because I know I haven't got to that point. Like, I've been vegan 3 years, like, and I never just got to the point of like, man, you know what, bro, today I'm gonna eat a burger. You know what I mean? Like, I never got to that point of the simple fact of it's bigger than just what you want to consume, or it's bigger than what you're trying to detox from. Like the principle of discipline is something that happens in your everyday life. Like you have to have discipline in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things where it's needed in your life because, say for instance, I say this all the time. I go on some days that I don't even have sex. I don't even want to have sex with a female, but you never know where God be protecting you from just with you having this little bit of sense of discipline. You know what I'm saying? You never know that one female that you might want to hit on that day that you fasting, she might be burning, or you know what I'm saying? She might be a setup. So you never know. So when you implement discipline in your life, you really watch out from a lot of shit. And it can go anything, which is, all right, I don't want to smoke a cigarette today. Well, I don't want to do this today. You never really know.
Right.
But I never got to that breaking point, to the point where I was like, I'm gonna give in on this or give in on that. I give in a different way. Like if I'm fasting and I ain't ate no food like in a week, no food, and I just been drinking water or juice, it'll be one of them days I'll be like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna eat some food. But it'll be vegan food at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, you gotta congratulate yourself for how long you went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what was the hardest part about like the whole change, you know, from the no smoking, no drinking, the vegan, changing your friend group? Like what was the hardest part about the whole thing?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it had to be smoking. I gotta say it was smoking. It was hard to
ask you that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I be struggling with that shit, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. You feel me? Like I don't know.
It was real hard to shake it, but one thing about it was I cut off a lot of niggas just out the simple fact of that, because you gotta look at it. I'm the breadwinner, so I'm the nigga buying the weed. So boom, at the end of the day, if I tell niggas, all right, man, I'm finna start smoking, niggas gonna be like, damn, how the fuck we gonna buy weed? So boom, so they gonna hear me say I'm finna start smoking, but they gonna really feel some type of way out the simple fact that now we gotta buy weed now. You know what I mean? So it'll go deep like this. So they'll roll up. I remember the niggas I used to be around when I told them I was gonna start smoking. They'll still roll up dope around me, and they'll spark it up around me, knowing like a nigga trying to detox from it just to see was I gonna want to hit it. You know what I'm saying? When they light it up, they'll hit it and be like, damn, you don't want to hit it? I'm like, bro, you know what I'm on. You know what I'm trying to stop doing. You know what I'm saying? So I started to cut niggas off just off the simple fact of that. Like, man, motherfuckers not trying to help feed into what I'm trying to better myself in.
Right.
You got to get the fuck away from around me. So once I cut off a lot of the niggas that wasn't trying to help me get to where I was going or help me detox where I was detoxing from, I started smoking because I had the strength within myself. It was just like who I was around. Because I ain't even know how to roll backwoods. I could barely roll the backwood. My niggas was rolling shit for me. Like, had them bitches in rotation. So I couldn't even roll a backwood myself, but I learned how to roll one, but I ain't never like rolling them because like it'd take me forever. Yeah. So a lot of things I just started to cut off. And once I started to get more to myself and more to people that want to better themselves around me, that's when I started making a lot of changes in my life. And now my nigga, like I still got one of my niggas with me that smoke, you know what I'm saying? He can spark up around me, and I done got so disciplined to the fact, so I don't give a fuck. Like he'll spark up and he'll smoke, but I never get that urge. But it was a time period where I had an urge, and people wouldn't let me overcome that urge.
That's real.
Hey man, I wanna ask you, bro. You well spoken, you know what I'm saying? You mature for your age, bro. And I obviously, if you a fan of Choppa, you always see with his mom, with his parents.
Yeah.
Speak on your upbringing, bro, and like what it was like growing up with your parents, and like what type of shit they had you on growing up. Because obviously, whatever they had you on worked. You feel me? Because you know what I'm saying. You light years ahead of your age.
I'm gonna be honest. Growing up, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Growing up, I was a hard-headed bastard. You know what I mean? Like I was so hard-headed, bro. You tell me go right, I'm going left. So me and my parents never really got along. As good as it looked, like my dad, I ain't gonna lie, I used to hate my dad to my guts. Like we used to get in fist fights, all type shit. Like I used to really didn't like my pops. My mom, I used to, mom at the end of the day, you gonna love mama through whatever. Like, because, you know what I'm saying, you gonna always love mama, but it was time periods where mom used to have to call police on me or do these things. Like she called, I used to run away, my little daughter over there. Or I used to run away and shit. But like I used to get kicked out the house. Like it wasn't never like just peaches and cream. It was always something because it was always me. But as I grew and matured, and I had to go within myself to mature to realize everything that they always used to tell me or everything they used to say to me was for my best interest. I was just too naive or too young to realize. Like, I know how dangerous Memphis is, but it used to be parties I used to go to or parties I used to always want to go to. And every time I go to them, I had to be, you know what I'm saying, when I call Pops to pick me up or my dad to pick me up, I'm like, yo, hey, they shooting, it's a shootout at the villa. You know what I mean? It's a shooting. Or all that. So like every time I went out, they used to always peep, like I wasn't going to the right place. They're like, this nigga go out. Every time he go out, police on him or he getting in shootouts or it this happening. So Pop started to get to the point where like, man, you can't go nowhere. Or Mom, like, you can't go nowhere. But it was always like the best interest thing, like, yo, we just don't want you to die. You know what I'm saying? So once I blew up and realized like everything was for my best interest, it grew the bond between my parents and it made me love my mama so much more because now I got a daughter and she only 2, but it's still things I tell her not to do because I have her best interest. Like we out eating, Pops eat mac and cheese and shit. I'm telling him like, nah, you don't eat the mac and cheese here. I'm gonna give you some of the vegans. You know what I'm saying? Just It's smaller now, but it's just come full circle. They just always one of my best interests. And I was too young and naive to realize it. But you know what I'm saying? Now I'm extremely grateful because I'm extremely grateful, like more than grateful.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like the older we get, it's like I feel like the older, at least that I get, I appreciate the things that my parents tried to teach me. It's like now that shit applies in my everyday life as an adult.
Yeah.
Even down to the smallest, like minute little shit, like it applies. You feel me? So I feel you on that, bro.
Yeah.
For sure. So like with that being said, I try to, you know what I'm saying? I try to pour as much as I can into like my parents try to, but it was always them days. And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to blow up, because I knew when I was 16, I blew up at 16, but when I was about 15, I knew like, damn, I'm like, Chop, you getting older now, bro. You gonna have to figure out what the fuck you want out of life. You ain't playing basketball no more. You keep getting in trouble. You ain't doing this, you out doing that. I'm like, man, you gotta figure out something because you gotta be a provider now, you're getting older. And I just used to always wonder what the fuck I was gonna end up doing, because I saw myself in jail or dead with the route I was going on some real shit. And I ended up falling in love with music, and the music shit saved my life tremendously, bro. It popped off for me at the right time. You know what I'm saying? I was finna drop out of school. I was finna do a lot of shit negative in my bank account. Mom dudes, they was tired of me. They wanted to send me to military school. Like nigga, I was on thin ice. And it all happened for me, bro. Like with faith and just prayer, bro. It really happened for me. And now, like I pay my mom and my dad back. And times 100. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's definitely got to be like a full circle moment. Like I remember when I went to the show in Detroit and like seeing your mom on stage, dad on stage, and they vibing with you. It's like damn, like them hard times ain't last forever, and now we just vibing out, making money, touring. It's like that got to be a crazy feeling. Man,
on some real shit though, like God showed me that vision before it happened. He showed me this packed out ass it was a stadium, nigga. It wasn't even no show. It was a stadium full of people, right? he showed me that shit at like 15. I was just had my eyes closed and seeing the vision. It was crazy. I seen it and I'm like, yo, all right, this is what God want me to do. This is my platform. So when I was telling mom, I'm like telling mom, pops, yo, gotta think about it. You need to train and that shit. It's kind of hard for me to accept, like, this nigga want to be a rapper. All this money I don't put into basketball, and then now this nigga want to do something that pissed at me. But I used to always tell mama and pops, I'm like, trust me. I used to tell them, I swear, y'all can ask them right now. I used to tell them, trust me, I promise this is it. I'm a two, and they ain't too much believe in me, but they believe in me in the smallest bit. I used to tell them, I'm like, trust me. I'm like, watch what I'm finna do for y'all. Watch what I'm finna do. I'm finna provide money. Mom, and then it was a time period somebody stole some money from my mom, like a gaffle. I'm talking about a lot of fucking money. And she was down on her ass. And I told her, I said, Mom, watch this. I'm finna blow. I'm gonna pay that back for you. Like, I told her, and I promised to God, like, it was the next, it was like 6 months later, nigga, I dropped shot up for it. I was like, yeah. It was like,
hell yeah. That was the first song that took off for you, Shot Flow?
Bro, it was, yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, it was the first song that got buzz around Memphis was No Chorus Part 3. I did it with the gang. This shit got buzz around Memphis. And I was always Instagram famous and shit. I ain't gonna lie, before I blew up, I had like 40,000 followers on Instagram. So I always knew, I'm like, my nigga, I got the platform already. I just gotta keep going. So I started making music, putting it in. I got my first little viral song around the city. Whole city was bumping it. I'm like, all right, now it's time for me to solo jump. And then next month, bro, it was in December, we dropped No Chorus. Then next month in January, I dropped Shot Flow. And my nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The numbers was crazy, boy. I thought I was dreaming. I used to woke up first day, 25K. Woke up the second day, 200K. Woke up the third day, meal. I said, what the fuck? I said,
no, for real. That was like that was my first reaction to ever did numbers for real. So I was like, damn, I didn't know who the fuck you was, bro. I was
and
like,
I ain't gonna lie, that's why I fuck with Glorilla so much. Like the FNF shit, her shit was very similar to Shot Flow. Like I said, damn. I said, her FNF shit doing exactly how Shot Flow was doing. I'm like, that's how I know she's one of the ones.
Hell yeah, bro.
But speaking of that, I feel like I'm finna drop one of them bitches this Friday. Like on God, I feel like I'm rebirthed it. I feel like I got back to my roots. Like I'm more of who I was. Like I'm more of that person at 16 right now. Like I'm that person at heart. Like I'm that nigga that when I felt shit wasn't going right and like shit was going left for me, and God came and swooped in and sent me that blessing at 16 with Shot Flow. I feel like I'm finna go back on that same run when I was 16, but this time it's gonna last for like 10 years, like 10, 20 years, because I got the knowledge I got now. You know what I'm saying? God done put me through all the tests. I know I'm finna be the youngest most turned. Like I know it's finna, y'all gonna see, cuz. I
already know.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I'm already knowing, nigga.
It's finna go up.
I was wondering, like, was you like, when you started rapping, like, was you raised up on music? Because I know Memphis got like a heavy like blues scene, music scene, rap scene, period. Yeah. But like what you was raised up on and like when you started rapping?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I started rapping. I remember my first time trying to rap, I was 12. And it didn't make sense with nothing I was saying. So I put that to rest. But I tried again at 15. I tried again at 15 because like I was going through shit at 12. I always been a grown as a man. I was going through shit at 12, but I didn't know how to voice it. But at 15, I started to learn how to voice what I was going through with just writing it down on paper. So I just started putting my feelings on paper. And I remember the very first song I dropped was called No Love Anthem. Y'all can look it up now. That shit did 100K in a month off of audio. So I was like, yo, I'm destined for it. I said, if that can happen, I know I can do it. A few drops after that, I wasn't getting the same success, but like I said, I kept trying to finally hit that No Chorus Part 3, and then I hit the Shot Flow. But I was always raised up on music, UGK, you know what I'm saying? Pops played a lot of UGK for me, a lot of Tupac, a lot of 3 6 Mafia. And even on the singing side, I listened to a lot of Fantasia, a lot of Beyonce. So I've always been very musically the fact of just always taking the ear to it and just loving music. So, you know what I mean? Now when I write songs, I be like, damn. I be like, damn, I be writing songs. I be like, damn, this that Pimp C in me. Like, oh, I write songs, I'm like, damn, this that Pac in me. Like, what I grew up on, I'd be like, damn, I'm that young, but I can hit certain pockets just off my childhood. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up around a lot of older shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I gotta ask you those. So a while ago when you dropped like what's from dark to light, how come you like strayed away from that type of music? It feel like you just dropped that project and got right back to the old Choppa. Then you dropped like beat pops and you just turn right back up.
See, what I gotta realize sometimes, I'm ahead of my time. I'm way ahead of my time. So with me dropping from dark to light, a lot of niggas didn't get it. Like a lot of people at that moment, at that point of time, November 1st, 2020, didn't nobody really get it. They're like, what the fuck? They got it, but they ain't get it. Now it comes like 2 years later. I get a lot of people asking me, yo, when you gonna drop this? Or when you gonna drop that? Or when you gonna drop that? But when I dropped it 2020, everybody's like, oh, he tripping. What an old Choppa, what an old Choppa. Now 2 years later, they be like, yo, when you gonna start dropping some of the music you was dropping at first? And I took a break from it from a reason, because I wanted to catch up to everybody.
Right.
It's like I always been on it. I still make the type of music. I just haven't been releasing it. I've been perfecting the craft of it. So when I do release it, they're gonna be like, yo, this was long awaited, but this nigga he done got better at this pocket. Like he way better at making like the conscious shit now. Like even from dark to light shit, like you can tell he advanced. It's just because I'm just waiting on everybody to catch up with it, and when they catch up to it, I'm gonna drop it at the right time.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
But on my new album coming up, it's gonna be a lot of it in store. It's just gonna be a mix and match of hype shit, love shit, and conscious shit. It's just gonna all be one. It's gonna be one of the greatest albums ever, for sure.
Oh shit! I was gonna ask, because you met Nipsey Hussle, right?
Yeah, Nip.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, he had such a big influence in my life, and I know you got him. I think you got him tatted on you too, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what was something that you learned from Nipsey that you take, with you in life, is something that that you peep with Nipsey? Like, what was it like meeting him too?
It was a blessing meeting him. He had this type of aura on him, and I ain't even peeped the aura that he had on him. And I think the aura that I was witnessing was somebody that kind of had like an hourglass over his head. You know what I'm saying? Like his time was like kind of running out. So it was like God put me in his vicinity to see something so powerful, to see a man so powerful, to see somebody that stand on morals and boundaries and respect like I do. He put me in that same vicinity to be like, yo, I'm showing you him because you're gonna have to take on part of this legacy that he's been building. You're gonna have to be the same, not the exact same, but take certain things that he believe in or strong on and apply it to your life and see how you can impact other people's lives. So with that being said, man, I was extremely inspired by him. And one thing that I took away from him is ownership. Just owning anything you do. Whatever deal I do, I ask for ownership in it. I gotta get equity in it. I gotta get a percentage in the company. Like every day is ownership with me. And that's one thing he taught me. And that's something I take with me every day.
So,
hey, speaking of deals, bro, what made you not go the typical Memphis rapper route and go Gotti or Dolph? Like, what made you stay the course and keep your own thing going until you got to the position where you wanted to get to sign a deal?
Man, I was inspired by Gotti and Dolph. So with me being inspired by them, I want to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to do what they did, and I want to do it. So I made my own label at 15. I was 15 years old making my own brand, looking up to these folks like CMG, okay, PRE. I'm like, oh, they got 3 letters in their shit. Let me do 3 letters, NLE. And I branded myself out, No Love Entertainment. So when I was blowing up, I finally blew up. I felt I was cutting myself short if I was to sign to somebody else when I looked up to what they already built. So I wanted to build it for myself. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I ended up signing to Warner Records when it was all said and done, but they had to give me a label. I had to own my music, all that type of stuff. So I got a real good deal in the process, and I got my own label.
Was there ever like a chance where, you know what I'm saying, like where they could have got you? Or was
Hell
there like,
yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Was there a like a time where like some niggas met with you or they contacted you or some shit?
Gotti, bro.
Okay.
Gotti like my uncle, man. I still call Gotti to this day, bro. Riding bulletproof trucks with Gotti, big juke them when I was 16. I swear. Yeah, going to his house. Man, I'm talking about Gotti, that big head motherfucker. I love him, bro. That man used to get he had this new Rolls truck, bro. I think he was the first nigga with the Cullinan, bro. He had the Cullinan, and he had this his driveway. He had like, it was like this fucking thing in his driveway. He spin the car around, so he'll park the car. I kid you not, man. This nigga, he's so funny, bro. He just used to park his car on a little spinning thing and sit back and watch it all day. I just like, got it. I'm like, nigga, you still outside watching this car spin? He just be like, yeah. He's like, see it. Like he a real artful type of nigga. Like he like to see the art and shit. Like he like to just look at shit and watch it. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, this nigga was outside for an hour just watching the Rolls Royce spin. I'm like, bro, this man crazy, but I love him, bro. He showed me a lot, taught me a lot, and he still hit me for certain favors. I hit him for certain favors. It's always, I know, I used to tell Mondoose, because Mondoose my manager. I used to be like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I want to sign with Gotti. And she was like, I think God got something bigger in store for me. She always protected me through the process. Not saying it was something wrong, but I just got a bigger and better deal out of, you know what I'm saying, instead of signing to him. Not saying his deal wasn't nothing, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like I got a deal to where I can be him in a sense or be better than him. So like I'm just grateful for the journey God gave me.
I was gonna ask, like, what was it like when you checked the bank account after you got that deal? Like, what was going through your mind? And you was like, I really made it. Like, what was the first thing you bought?
On some real shit, you gotta understand. When I signed, I was 16, so I only get the paper.
Oh yeah.
So like all that shit go in like a trust fund, and then Mondoose, she'll handle a lot of it. Mama my accountant, but I feel like that's what kept me so humble. I'm not a money type nigga. I only tote cash. I never been amazed by like money, because like I said, I ain't gonna count. Like my mama, Mondoose, she been had the cheddar, she been had cheese, so she been had money. Like I asked her for shit, she tell me hell no, go work for it. But she been had money, so like I was never the nigga like oohs and ahs about it. Like my first time seeing a $500,000 was my mama. My mama had her own business. I used to think my mama sold dope. So like she used to have her own business, making her own money. So I was never really just amazed by it. But like still to this day, like with me being 19 and being able to touch all my money, I still don't look at my bank account. I still don't splurge. Like I'm the same nigga. I got a checkers account. The most I put in is 20K. You know what I'm saying? When the 20K run out, I put another 20 in there and say, hey mom, put another 20 in my account. And it keep me humble. I don't get to see the whole amount, and I don't like seeing it. As long as I know I'm rich, I'm cool.
That's real. That's real. I respect that.
So how did you handle all that at a young age though? Like the fame and the money?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. It was hard. It only got hard when I started doing a lot of drugs and shit though. Like I started, first it was the Percocets. I used to take a lot of perks and shit. And it kind of affected my mood and my drive with everything. Like first it was the perks, then I got into kind of drinking lean, and then I got into smoking weed. And like before, when I was just keeping a sober mind, I was handling everything fine. But when I started getting high, man, it was like the devil had me, bro. I ain't gonna cap. So getting all that shit out of my life was really the biggest blessing to me. Now I'm sober. And I'm gonna forever stay this way and stay sober, because I got my head on right, and I can provide now. I can be focused. All right, it got me more focused.
Hey, bro, when did, like, okay, at what moment was it like, I'm gonna start doing the shake shit, that's gonna be my signature move type shit?
Hey, on some real shit, it's a Memphis dance, right? Shout out to P. Fizzle. It's called the Chicken. Originally, it's called the Chicken. Like, if y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember when Block Boy was coming up, but it was a nigga with him that he used to hit that shit. Like, he hit it way worse than me. Nigga look like he finna break his neck, I promise. But he started to dance, and I kind of made it more popular than what it was. I ain't
That's
gonna lie,
crazy.
that nigga used to be mad as shit. He was like, man, they calling that Choppa dance or calling it the seizure. I started
that shit hard though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard.
that shit
That
funny
shit
as hell,
hard
bro.
though.
So every time they ask me about it, I gotta throw his name in there because I seen the video and he was like, "Oh, you running off of my shit?" I was like, "I ain't gonna cap, cause I'm not here. I'm just doing what a regular Memphis nigga would do." So ever since then, I'm like, man, I'm start letting them know where that shit come from. So I said, you know what I'm saying? It come from him. He feels it. He called it. He's named the Chicken Master.
So it's on one of the reactions. I was like, bro, this nigga got a signature move. When that shit was called, I was like, I'm gonna just call that shit the shake shit.
That's crazy. But, what's your favorite thing about the Memphis culture though? Because I got like the music. I'm sure the food out there going crazy. Like, I don't know. It seemed like just a lit ass city. So what's your favorite thing about the Memphis culture?
My favorite thing about Memphis culture is I can't even pinpoint one thing. From just like the dance culture, like how we get busy. You know how New York people they get sturdy. Like with us, we juking or we hitting the shoe, or like I said, we doing the chicken. Or like the culture, just how it's slang. People love the way we talk. You know what I'm saying? They love the way we carry ourselves. It's just a lot of things about Memphis to love. It's a lot to hate about it, but it's a lot to love for sure.
Yeah. So what you hate about it then?
What I hate about it, I think every other city though, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to keep a lot of things together in a sense. Lift people up or just everybody just to get a chance for everybody to win. I feel like a lot of people that come from our city don't like to see everybody win. That'd be the only downfall of our city, and I feel like that's a downfall of a lot of Black communities in general. But I feel like with time, this shit gonna get better. I feel like it take people like me to do it. You know what I'm saying?
So, I was gonna ask about like the NLE label. I got a chance to meet both of your artists. I think it was Draco and Gino at the show. You got any like big plans for the label? Anybody you scouting out right now?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Right now at the moment, just working on Gino, Draco, Goon, Big Foe, Baby Hot, and I got a producer, another. So just focusing on them, just knowing that the more fire I get, the more fire I get, the more fire they gonna get. It's just breaking one of them right now. The music there, it's just about breaking them now. So they too hard.
Hell yeah.
Hey bro, if you had a Memphis Mount Rushmore, who would go on that motherfucker?
Man, Memphis Mount Rushmore. Gotta go with me. Then you gotta go 3-6 Mafia, all on one head. And got in Dolph. That's the best way to do it.
And that's what's up. Hey,
just like
that's
that.
That's a solid ass Mount Rushmore.
Man, for sure, bro.
Wow, that shit legendary for real.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'm gonna be humble though. I'm gonna be humble with it, but I'm gonna be fact. I'm gonna be truthful too. I'm gonna be the greatest. I ain't gonna lie. I'm 19. I'm 19.
Yeah, you only
16
19. That's
plaques
crazy.
up.
That's
16
crazy,
plaques
bro.
up, bro. I'm coming.
I can't believe this nigga 19.
Truthfully, I can't lie. I gotta call a spade a spade. At 19, you are the most successful. You feel me?
Yeah, going crazy.
It's one of your career.
I feel like that's what people gotta understand. That's why when like everybody be talking about who the best or who the best, like that shit with the best on the 25 shit. It was funny. I was like, damn, how you gonna put Choppa in there? That nigga 19, 16 plays, 5 billion global streams. Like, but it's gonna catch up to everybody. Like I said, I'd be ahead of my time, but like in a few years from now, or even this year, by the end of this year, sometime, motherfuckers gonna be like, okay, that little nigga coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm just way young. I get overlooked a little bit, but when it's all said and done, I'm be one of the ones, bro.
Yeah,
show that.
I was gonna ask, next month you turning 20. You got any big plans for the 20th?
Man, I need a 20 something. I need 21 bitches, man.
Hey, hold on. But speaking on that, I want to talk about the little situation that. Can you go into depth about the situation that happened with your girl? Like, cause I don't know.
Shit, I kind of explained it. I mean, it was just born. Same thing as like first and foremost, she the best girl I ever met, bro. Like most sweetest girl, kind-hearted girl I ever met. She like a real blessing compared to all the other bitches I deal with. Man, look, she a real blessing. So it just used to hurt me to the point to where I know it was certain things she was ready for that I wasn't. That's all it came down to. So like I was mature and man enough to be like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to feel like I'm dragging or dragging my foot or holding something on that it'll probably take a few years for me to get to the point to where she's at. So she's still my friend. Day-to-day basis, I'm checking on her. Nothing, no love lost, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like when I get to that point, I feel like then I'll be ready for it, and hopefully she's still ready for it, and we'll resume.
How you deal with being in a public relationship? Because I feel like you got hella people in your business. Like when that news came out, the shade room going crazy. You got everybody in the comments acting like they know someone they don't. So how you deal with that? Never again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like we getting too caught up in putting our private life in the entertainment world. Like I said, a lot of shit be entertainment. When niggas diss me, it's entertainment. I laugh at it. When shit happened with Vlad, entertainment, I laughed at it. Like I gotta realize like what's entertainment and what belongs in my private life. And one of those things is your relationships. Like a lot of people too caught up on like posting it. Everybody want to be goals, or everybody want to let somebody know who they fucking with. Man, I'm cool on it. I'm so straight on it. I'm extremely straight on it because what happened was like, all right, boom, me and my girl, we had to understand me. Like I said, a lot of people say like we had to understand me that I was, I wouldn't even say cheat because it's not even cheating. Like that I mess with other women. Go on it. But it was kind of hard to do that if we in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? Females, you know how females is taking pictures or sending it to them like, yo, man, doing this. And they get to the point where like, you'll see it, she'll see it. She'll be like, damn, I told you, respect me, do it a different way. But like, you got to understand, like, if I wasn't in the public eye, if my relationship wasn't public, what we have understood in private wouldn't even fucking matter. Because ain't nobody hitting her up about it like, yo, nigga out with this person or that person, because they wouldn't even know what the fuck they wouldn't even know of her existence that we together, or they wouldn't even know the agreement that we got, you know? So I feel that for sure.
Just having a conversation about that like 2 nights ago, like I remember there was a point in time where like celebrities was like celebrities, like you ain't know who they were, what they was doing, what they had going on, and like some of the biggest people in the world, like we don't know shit about them. Prince, Michael Jackson, Jay-Z and Beyonce, like we don't really know shit about these folks. So it was like I see what you're saying. Like never.
The Weeknd, I ain't never even heard the Weeknd talk.
Man, what?
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what the fuck these people got going on. So it's like they'll be the most like almost like good. I wouldn't say the most successful, but it'd be like a lot of successful people. We don't really know what the fuck they got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
I don't know. That about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Shit, I appreciate you though, Chop.
Yeah,
for real.
so appreciate you.
And I appreciate y'all. Listen, whenever y'all need me again, bro, let me know, man. I'm coming through. We can do this shit in person, however y'all want to do it. Y'all know I'm gonna show love regardless. I appreciate y'all. Y'all always show love to me. I gotta throw this shit right back.
Real talk, man. Be safe, Chop. Be safe, bro.
Be safe out there.
Bro.
Always,
keep
bro. Love.
Doing, bro.
Yeah, real talk, bro.
Y'all be smooth, bro. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt, bro.